Hey guys, Holiday Master here. Today I got a pretty cool video for you. This is the Gemmy life-sized animated Ghastly Gentleman, I believe he's called. I actually got this off Facebook, a buddy off Facebook, so huge shout out to him. He had got it with a whole bunch of Halloween stuff, and it just didn't do nothing. So I figured, okay, worst comes to worst, it's actually, fried, and I can just use him as a prop, because he is pretty cool. Here to come find out, this item is a little different than your normal life-size. So, like, for example, there are many flat-base models, the life-size dancing skeleton, and the life-size Santa Claus that are flat-base models. The motherboard's actually in one of the feet. This thing is sadly the opposite. The motherboard is actually in the front of the cage. Like, right here is the speaker. Motherboard's right here. So what was happening, and apparently this is very common for these items, and then the other model, I don't know if it's the same name or not, but he has a top hat and hair, and I think the lines on his suit are white instead of this reddish pink color. What happens is, because he doesn't go side to side, he actually rotates, like his body goes in a circle. The wires pull, especially when you put them up and down with spring lock, they just pull right off. So, knock on wood, it wasn't fried. It took me about 2 days, but I was able to solder everything back on the board. Huge shout out to Chase. I want to say Peter helped a little bit too, and maybe John. It was one of those guys. I don't remember, but shout out to them because I know that we were talking about it. They're all from GMA, so if you guys don't know who that is, it's Gemmy Master Animatronics. So huge shout out to the people on that channel. They helped me fix this thing pretty much. And the nice thing is, this was a good test run for me. I've never really messed with a motherboard with like soldering and everything, so I'm very satisfied that I was able to get it going. So yeah, so what happened was 2 wires come off the board. I had to solder them on. I did give a little extra wire, little wiggle room, just because of how it is. I didn't want it happening again, and it really just depends on how it collapses and everything. But yeah, so this guy has 2 sensors. He doesn't have a button. Sensor number 1 is a motion sensor in his chest. It's beneath the clothing. The other sensor is actually right here, little pinhole, kind of above his crotch area. I gotta glue that in place because it's just glued in there. So yeah, his head is latex. I should have put more of the stuffing back in. How this thing sits is there's a device up here, like a mold, and all it does is it shakes his head like like a ghost would. His nose is indented. I can't get that out. It's just because it's latex. So his head shakes and his body sways. He has 3 sangs. Just noticed a little white there in the mouth. So something I added to it was white LEDs in his eyes. Actually looks really good in the dark. The normal, if you were to just buy this, it didn't have LEDs. I think the prototype has LEDs. Not 100% sure. But yeah, I tested this thing out, and it works really well. Looks really good with the lights. So yeah, it did come with the box. Sadly, because of the age, the original image was not on the box, sadly, but just cool to have the box. So yeah, I'm gonna pause the video, get them all set up, and we'll demonstrate them. All right, guys, you should be ready to go.
Welcome. Lovely evening for a fright, isn't it? I don't believe we've met. At least not on this side of the grave.
Okay, one more phrase.
More guests. Please leave your body at the door and do come in.
So yeah, I mean, pretty cool item. I know it's one of those items that's probably common in a way, I guess is what I'm looking to say. Just pretty cool to own it. Um, yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention was the adapter didn't work that it came with, so I have it on a dancing skeleton adapter. They're all 9 volt. Um, the head still worked. I just had to, uh, actually no, I didn't do anything in the head. It was good. Well, I did. I put the LED, I wired the LEDs in, but the gears for the rotating mech were broken. So they got new grease, new gears. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Um, I won't lie. At some point, I'll probably give this guy a top hat and hair to make it look like the other model because I do like how the other model looks. I think it's to go with the Headless Bride that Gemmy has. If I ever find one of her, that'd be pretty cool to go with him. But I'll demonstrate them one more time. And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Welcome. Lovely evening for a fright, isn't it?